Hi there. Today I'm going to show you a very visual way, very easy way to understand k-means, which is a very powerful clustering algorithm. So let's say you have few points and you like to find groups within these points. Now visually, yes, you can see some groups, you can see some clusters, but how does the algorithm determine these three clusters? So this is where this k-means algorithm is going to help us. So k-means algorithm starts with an assumption with a number of clusters you want to make. So for example, you say, okay, I want to make 3 clusters. So it is going to start with some 3 centroids, which it assumes is the center of these 3 clusters, and these 3 centroids are placed somewhere randomly. So let's say we have these 3 centroids which are placed randomly. And then it is going to determine the Euclidean distance between this centroid and all other points. So it is going to find the distance between this and this, also here, like this, right, or here. And the Euclidean distance formula is something like this. It takes the x of a point minus the x of centroid, square it, plus y minus y of centroid and square it, and everything is under the square root. And then it is going to say that the distance between this centroid and all these points is less compared to the distance between this centroid and all other points. So it is going to then move the centroid more towards where the distance is less. So it is going to move this x over here. Similarly, it is also going to move this x over here because the distance between this centroid and all these points is less, as well as it is going to move this x more towards this group of points. So it is going to continue this loop, and then at one point of time, you will see that this centroid is more or less will be situated at the center of this group of points, similarly over here, and similarly over here. When this situation is reached, we can say that the optimal solution is reached and the centroids are located more or less at the center of these clusters. Once this is done, we can say that all these points belong to this particular cluster, all these points belong to this cluster, all these points belong to this particular cluster. And we can then also kind of give a specific meaning to this cluster. So for example, we can say that, okay, this cluster corresponds to a blue cluster, for example. We can say that this cluster corresponds to a green cluster, and this cluster corresponds to a red cluster. So this is how the k-means algorithm works. It tries to first start with an assumption where the centroids of each cluster are located. It then finds an optimal distance between the centroid and all the points. And once the optimal solution is found, you have your clusters, means you have all the points which are assigned to a cluster.